Hi, and welcome to Ghost Chat and Other Paranormal Things. I'm Electric Elisa,
I'm Jody. Hello.
and we're going to do a short little show here, but we're going to talk about some topics that are usually pretty talked about. That sounds funny.
Yeah.
But so we were going to start with there's been a lot of people saying they feel like they've been timeline jumping. And so Jody, what did you find?
Well, let me go back to my previous article here.
Okay.
Hang on just a moment. Da, 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 da. Okay, so basically, AI calls it timeline hopping, which kind of amuses me. But
Yeah.
timeline hopping is the idea of moving between different timelines or time periods. Some believe that I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Aztec records contain a blueprint of all timelines, including the past, present, and future. And I was going to go into further how we do this. A way to jump timelines, one way to is use visualization. To do
Ah.
this is just one way. To do this, sit down as in meditation, center yourself a little bit, relax, take a deep breath, give away all thoughts for 2 to 5 seconds. Recognize the changelessness, the essence, the perfect nature of timeless presence or timeless awareness. And it goes into more detail, but that kind of reminds me of dreams that I have where um, I don't necessarily know that I'm dreaming, or I suppose I do, but if I'm trying to get out of a dream, like if it's a really bad dream, it's said to take a deep breath and give all your thoughts away for 2 to 5 seconds. When I do that, I manage to sort of escape that dream, and I feel a rolling sensation in my brain. And I roll
Oh.
I either roll awake or I roll myself into another dream. And I didn't think about that
Oh, that's
until,
weird.
yeah, so maybe I'm timeline jumping in my sleep. I don't know.
Well, maybe.
That could be it because I just like I know I'm dreaming and I want out of the stream, so I'm trying to get into another article here. Um, Timeline jumping signs. Some signs of. I'll go back to how you do it. The article that I found said you must subscribe to read this article.
Oh, I
One of
hate that.
those. So I'm gonna try to find something else. But you might feel if you have jump timelines, you might feel joy, excitement, or contentment. You might notice a shift in your awareness and perception, such as seeing things differently or being more aware of where you are. You may feel a temporary detachment from your current reality. You may feel a flow of energy or a tingling sensation, especially during moments of deep focus and intent. Your perception of time may change slightly, and you might experience a strong inner, this is very blurry, a strong inner something that the shift is taking place. So a knowing that the shift is taking place.
It's a strong inner blurry.
It is a strong inner blurry. That actually makes perfect sense. Interesting.
Don't.
Talk. So here's an article I found in medium.com, jumping timelines to align with the universe and your highest desires. I'll read a little bit of this, but I won't bore you to tears, people. The universe and your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between memories, current reality, or imagination, past, present, future. The timeline doesn't matter to the universe. It's all about the vibrations. When we relive a memory, whether it's happy or sad, we send out the matching vibrations to the universe, which then uses the law of attraction to return to us experiences that match those vibrations. Same goes with using our imagination. When we imagine a future that we'd like for ourselves, as long as we take the emotions with us on this journey, our positive vibrations will be transmitted to the universe. When we jump timelines, we are consciously creating what we want to manifest, taking our manifestations by the wheel. The future hasn't been created yet. You have the power to choose which timeline or future you want to experience. Every single second of the day, we are at a crossroads. We can decide to go left, right, or straight ahead. The road is always coming at us, but we get to choose which lane. Do you imagine a timeline where nothing has changed? Where you remain doing what you're currently doing? Do you recognize that the current reality is just a manifestation of your past? It does not need to dictate how your future unfolds. When you jump timelines, you use your imagination to meet your future self. Not the self that you currently are, but the self that you want to become in the future that you want to manifest. I can't read much further because I have to create an account. Whatever we pay attention to can be changed simply by the focus we give it. So if you want to manifest a different outcome for yourself, give attention to the future you want to become.
Ooh,
Interesting. And it won't let me
yeah.
go any further unless I subscribe.
And what we'd like to know from our listeners is, have any of you been feeling like you've been jumping timelines? You've
Yeah, we'd
been,
like to hear about
or
that.
going into different universes, or and if you have you seen any clues of that?
Right. Have you seen any signs of that? We have an
Um,
email where you can let us know.
yes, you
Um,
want to give
the
that again?
Yep, the spooky sisters 666 at gmail.com. Make sure you include the spooky sisters 666 at gmail.com and let us know.
Yeah. And here's my thinking on this. Just the other day, I was thinking about it. You know, when sometimes you see like weird numbers,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe you see 1111. Like
Right.
I sometimes I go through periods where I'm seeing that a lot for whatever reason. That's when I happen to turn on the or not turn on, but
Look at the clock.
look at the clock,
Right.
or look at my watch, or look at the phone, which is digital because usually it would have to be digital. What if when you see that number, that is when you're timeline jumping?
Hey, could be.
But I
That's
don't know how
true.
you'd like be. I don't know how you'd know for sure.
I don't know. I read some, I don't know if those were signs that I read, but I can look up signs that you've timeline jumped
Mm-hmm.
for sure signs. Or maybe if you're seeing the number, sometimes I see 333
Right.
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason I see 323 a lot, which is unusual because that's my birthday. Um, and I'll see that a lot on clocks, or somebody wrote it down, or I'll see it on TV. I'm like 323. That's my birthday, and I feel like that's some kind of sign from the universe or whatever about something.
It's about your birthday.
It is. It could be. We know your birthday's coming up, but
It
I can look
is.
at.
We are in your birthday month.
We are. We are. I'll be very old. Um. Let's see if I can see something else here. Well,
Spe- I was gonna say, speaking of birthdays, it's Hetty's birthday today.
is it? Oh my god! I got to
Yeah.
send her happy birthday. How cool!
Yeah. Happy birthday,
She's
Hetty, if you're listening.
she's a March girl too. Happy birthday, Hetty. Um, okay, here's some signs, and I get these sometimes. This is similar to what I read before, but slightly varied. How do you know if you're timeline jumping? You might feel a deeper sense of contentment or joy, or maybe feel more tingly. It's funny, we talked about age, and I get the hot flashes, and I always get tingly when I get the hot flashes right before I get one. So that's
So you're
interesting.
timeline jumping when you're having hot flashes.
I guess I must be. I must be. You feel overwhelmed or emotional. Your vibration is higher than what it used to be. I don't know how to tell if my vibration is higher. I don't know what that feels like. Maybe then I haven't experienced it if I don't know. You may notice a shift in your awareness, a perception of time and emotions.
Hmm.
Interesting. You may also feel happy, joyful, relieved, free, proud of yourself, and strong. You should be able to feel a shift. I don't know exactly what that means. your body will start to tingle and a smile will emerge on your face. Well, that just sounds hokey.
Yeah. Um, the other thing I'm thinking about is a lot of people, when they make reference to feeling like they've been timeline jumping,
Hmm.
meaning they feel like they've been jumping to a bad timeline.
True. Yeah.
And that
That
seems like that is a completely different
feeling.
scenario and different.
Maybe that's why people get depressed or have anxiety. Some people just have an anxiety attack out of nowhere,
Hmm.
and that could be you jumped into a bad timeline.
I don't know.
Hmm. Maybe we're just onto something there.
I
Don't
think
know.
maybe we're just on to we could just make up our own.
That's right.
Here's
Hmm.
our version.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of anything more on timeline. What do you got
Yeah.
over there?
So what I got is on to a completely different topic.
Yeah.
Um, but it's something that people do talk about a lot, and that is demonic hauntings,
Hmm.
which it'd be really extremely hard to know because, again, a lot of things are they have a label,
Right.
but because it's like, well, like labeling for even like disorders, it's
Hmm.
a cluster of symptoms, right?
Right.
It, but it's not necessarily the label. So it's just a needed thing for a particular thing. But
Right.
when it comes to the paranormal, there's all kinds of beliefs and ideas out there. Um, and I'm not going to say that anybody really knows for sure exactly what is what, but we give them names
Hmm.
of things. Or, you know, we call them something like a dark entity or, whatever we choose to call it. So for this, I'm just going with what they're saying.
Okay.
And so, in one of them, what are the signs of a demonic haunting? Um, Shadows,
Hmm.
disembodied voices, health issues, financial issues, relationship issues, terrible smells. Um, that would be like sulfur, something
Hmm.
rotting. Um, I would think maybe dead animal smells.
Yeah.
Um, which you always want to check, make sure something hasn't died in your wall or your attic.
Yeah.
Because those things do happen.
That would be horrible.
Yeah. Um, oh, it says rotting meat.
Hmm.
Ew, human excrement. Ew. Okay. Um, alienation from family, often due to the victim losing control of their normal personality and entering into anger and or attacking others.
Sounds like possession.
Right. Drug or alcohol use can appear where it was not prevalent before. Repressed memories of current incidents or past abuse. Aversion to prayer or blessed items. Um, Xenoglossia, which is speaking in foreign languages not previously known by the person. Interesting.
Definitely possession.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Which I guess if you're having that kind of a haunting, it could lead to that.
Yeah.
Um, I've certainly seen um personalities get really dark and
Yeah.
behavior get really terrible.
Usually, if there is drugs involved,
Hmm.
that can have a tendency to happen.
But I've seen it without that too.
Wow.
Um,
That's scary.
yeah. Um, but again, that could be a lot of things.
Hmm.
Um, and this one says there are several types of demons and types of manifestations. They vary depending on how sensitive to the spiritual world you are. I think that probably does have something to do with a lot of the paranormal.
Yeah.
They try to hide unless they think they can fully control you or heavily oppress you. They can mimic, cause, or exacerbate actual physical diseases and conditions. They can cause mental conditions and voices as well.
Wow.
However, do be careful, as not all illness is demonic. Well, right.
Well, yeah.
Um,
Don't just assume.
and it just says they are parasites and predators. They are opportunistic vermin. Ooh, vermin.
Yeah.
It says spiritually hot or cold, crawling sensations in and on you.
Ew.
Ooh.
Awful.
And let me tell you something about that. When we lived in Florida, Brian always felt like something was crawling on him.
Oh.
And there was nothing on him.
That's
He
creepy.
kept feeling like there was a bug on him or something, and
Yeah.
bugs, or he's like, I don't know why I'm feeling this.
I get I don't attribute it to being possessed, but I get restless leg syndrome, which I know everybody's heard of. And that literally feels like there's bugs under your skin, under your legs.
Ooh, that sounds terrible.
Oh, it's awful. It's when you get tired, when you get really, really sleepy, is when it happens. And you're trying to sleep, you're trying to relax, and the only thing that will give you relief is to move your legs. And that's not what you want to do when you're trying to go to sleep. So I've kind of felt the creepy crawlies. I used to call them the creepy crawlies. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know it was called restless leg syndrome. I thought it was the only one that had it.
Oh no, there's a lot of people that have it. I didn't know that it felt like that. That's awful.
Really not really bugs. It's not tickly. It's squirmy. I just feel like I always had the squirmies on my legs only.
But like, did it feel like it's under your skin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I've had veins do that.
Oh no.
Where they itch under the skin.
Yeah, that's no good.
No. That's a lovely topic, everybody.
I know. We're going from demons to legs.
Okay.
Maybe they're possessing our legs. That's funny.
Then the dogs got quiet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Langley laid down.
I thought my cat might make some noise too. He's very. He loves to talk, so I'm glad he's being quiet right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, it says they use other people, things, events first, and then illness, more direct and overt oppression and attack.
Oh, you shouldn't have said
too soon.
Yep.
This is like other parasites. You can get them from family, friends, romantic partners, okay, this is getting, let's see. Hate also leaves an open door.
I'm sure.
Okay, let's see. Interesting, because they started quoting, like, look at this if you want to know what oppression looks like, and but they aren't giving a description. I'm like, well, I'm not going to look that up right now.
Right.
And what? Okay. It says demons are not friendly. They hate humans. They see us as food.
Yep, they consume us.
Remember that book?
I was just thinking about that book at the library.
And there was one that ate people in salads. I don't.
Yeah, it ate humans in salads, and one of them would sit on gates.
Yeah.
And we used to see our school chums sitting on gates. Oh. And we thought maybe they were demons.
Yeah.
We joked about them being demons sitting on gates.
Yeah, we joked about it. I don't think we were that serious.
No.
It says they see people as cattle, property, pets, not in a good sense. They see people as sex toys.
Oh, probably.
I don't know. Exchangeable bodies for their use.
Right.
Uh, okay, just says don't agree to anything with them.
Well, no, don't sell your soul. Don't
Right.
sign anything. But I wonder
Okay.
how, like, not really possession, but I wonder how you know if you have it like a haunting of a demon, like the smell I've heard of, sulfur smell or burning smell. Um, just a probably ever sounding fear of, or not fear, but just doom, just a feeling of doom, overwhelming feeling of doom. But
Hmm.
smells, shadows, I would say probably I've heard that before. If you have,
Yeah, and I one thing that we noticed is when we moved here, we hadn't realized just how heavy the atmosphere was in that house.
yeah,
And here, it's not like that.
yeah, good. I think we
Um,
may have a haunting here where I am, but it's not a heavy evil type thing. My mom thinks it's a relative or somebody that's kind of playing around, a playful entity,
well,
which isn't so bad.
yeah.
Could be.
Or is it residual?
Probably. Yeah. Just just energy,
Mm-hmm.
leftover energy. Although no one lived here before us, but it could be energy from someone that um was on this property, because this property has always been here. This land
Mm-hmm.
has always been here. So, before this building was built,
Right.
who was inhabiting this
It
land?
doesn't have to be just um directly connected to a building.
No, or a house or anything.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be just energy. Interesting.
I'm looking for some. Hmm, let me see what else we can find. Because someone else said constant bad luck.
Yeah,
I don't
that'd probably
know.
be a sign. And I
Maybe
think
that's just bad choices.
that could be. I mean, we can't necessarily assume everything's a demon. Um, I've heard when but I don't want to. I don't want people to think, well, if they're depressed or have anxiety, they're opening themselves up. But the lower you
Well,
are, and
yeah. I mean, it's.
you open
I would.
yourself up to things.
Yeah. I think it does because your mind goes to dark places, not
Right,
necessarily to thinking about demons,
right,
obviously,
right.
but um,
You're kind of in the gloom and doom.
yeah, it means you basically don't have your armor up, so to
Right,
speak.
exactly. And a stronger person, someone that's isn't battling anything, and we all battle it, but
Well, I think it comes down to how well you cope because
right,
everybody has things, but um, if you have a support system, if you have a way to cope with things and a
right.
healthy way, then I think that makes a difference as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This one's interesting. Um, signs of oppression include lucid dreams of the demonic,
Hmm.
mental images of the demonic, and in some cases, apparitions of the demonic. Hmm. Initially, various hauntings will occur with sounds, knocks, laughs, or even physical markings on the body. Hmm.
Uh-oh. They
Yeah.
they happen to
Okay.
they happen to bark right then.
I know. It's manifesting.
They want to join in. I know. They want to join in the podcast. They have something to say.
To each other because they're getting ready to sing, I think.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, no.
this will be the entertainment part of the show.
Oh no, it's not. It's, they just, they want to be where I am all the time.
That's sweet.
Oh, what is on your face? Oh, goodness, what is that?
Hi. I forgot which name this one was. The white one, Ghost or
Oh,
something.
no. This is Johnny Cash.
Oh, Johnny Cash. Didn't you have a ghost?
We did.
Oh,
I
you
loved
did. I'm sorry.
Ghost.
I'm sorry.
That was
I
the
forgot about that.
one. Yeah. Um Oh, look, 5 types of demons.
Oh.
Hmm. Oh, interesting. So this is like okay, I'll just read it. You'll know what it's
Okay.
like. Okay.
Sure.
Lucifer, pride.
Uh-huh.
Mammon, greed. Asmodeus, lust. Leviathan, envy. Beelzebub, gluttony. Satan, wrath. Belphegor, sloth.
Interesting. The 7 deadly demons,
Right.
basically.
The 7 deadly sins or the 7 levels of hell.
Right.
Um, huh. Oh, this one goes deep. Okay. 7 types of evil? No. Signs of spiritual decay. What is
Oh
that?
my.
Um, that would be for someone who's involved in their church.
Right.
Um, uh, hmm. Okay. It's called What is Demonic Vexation? There are 3 types of extraordinary demonic activity: infestation, the presence of evil in a location,
Okay.
or associated with an object like a voodoo doll, for example. There's demonic vexation, which are physical attacks, and then demonic obsession, which are mental attacks. Okay.
Wow.
Obsession? Oh, here's a fun one. Oh, this is from the Vatican
Okay.
by a trained exorcist. This could be good. How do I know if I'm fighting demons? You feel like a dark cloud is looming over your head. Well, that could be depression.
Yeah.
You always feel like something just isn't right. Again,
Yeah.
there's a nagging sense of shame behind all you do.
That's something a lot of us feel, though.
Right. And I would think, well, maybe you want to be checked out for depression first before you jump to the conclusion that it's demonic.
Right.
You're so afraid to fail that you don't even try. Well, that's called perfectionism sometimes,
Yeah.
to the extreme. Hi, I've been there. Um, you feel like you have a bully inside your head, putting yourself down.
Yeah.
That's negative self-talk.
Right.
Um, okay. Who is the most evil demon? Who do you think?
Lucifer, probably.
6 of the most. Huh, there's 6 of them? Okay. Viva. That's a paper towel.
I know. Viva Las Vegas.
Right. Viva Las Vegas. Okay. Um, huh. Okay, I don't know what they're meaning by that, but anyway, it's not one. Anyway, Lucifer, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, demonic behemoth. What?
Yeah. Behemoth. That's the one that looks like a goat.
Oh, but goats are cute.
Yeah, they are.
And then Astaroth and Azazel.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of Azazel.
Yeah, that's on a lot of the TV shows or
Yeah,
movies.
they use that one a lot.
Yeah. 4 devils. What?
Hmm.
I don't know what that means. How do you know if your soul is saved? Okay.
Probably they're going to say going to church.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you're saved.
Okay. This one goes into what causes demonic possession? When a person is taken over by demons or Satan, often as a result of the person's actions. Okay. Other factors may contribute to demonic possession, and those are trauma,
Wow.
abuse, violence, war. Yeah.
Yep.
Worshipping idols, occult involvement.
Hmm. That's never a good thing. Of course, we talk about paranormal all the time.
Yeah. Um, also, and I don't know if that's such a broad statement.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the way they defined it was involvement with the occult, such as through drugs, alcohol, or meditation.
Meditation.
Right.
I think meditation is a good thing.
It is. Um, Family history. Bad things passed down through a family, such as alcoholism or suicide.
Wow.
Um, I, I think the way that they're defining these things could be defined differently. Um,
Yeah. You should seek professional help, I would think, before you jump to that conclusion.
yeah. Neurological issues. So some
Yeah.
cases of demonic possession have been linked to epilepsy
Hmm.
or structural abnormalities in the brain. Okay. So these are things that cause a person to be possessed. I just that's weird.
Yeah. I think it depends on what kind of article we're looking at or we're
Yeah.
reading.
I don't know where this one's coming from.
Yeah.
Um, but remember what Brenda said too. Lots of flies.
Yeah. That's another thing, too. I actually had a house in Kansas that had a lot of fly activity. I just thought maybe, I don't know what I thought. I didn't think demonic possession. I just thought it was summer and there are a lot of flies around.
Yeah, and I had forgotten about all the flies
Yeah.
that showed up. It was like I don't know, 1 or 2 days, and
Yeah.
they were going to certain windows.
Yeah, they do
And
that
I was
though.
like, maybe they went to go outside.
Yes. They can't, they're like, we're out, we can see outside, but we can't get out there.
Yeah. But it
Or
was
like,
really weird because we were like, why are all these flies in here?
yeah.
And then they were gone, thankfully.
Yeah. Or like a fly that gets caught in your car and then it ends up, uh, fly, ends up moving to another part of town.
The
If it's
fly.
stuck inside, if a fly is stuck inside your car, and then it
Yeah.
goes with you when you drive to the other side of
Well,
town.
I always thought about that with the lizards that we get on the cars.
Oh God, that's funny. We don't really
And
get those here.
and I'm like, oh, I don't want to take it away from it wherever it was living.
Right. Exactly.
Same thing with the tree frogs.
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah,
Yeah, I know. I get it.
yeah.
Hmm. This was
Oh,
a,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say this is a wider range of topics that we have going on here.
I
We go
know.
from timeline jumping to demons, but this is two of my favorite things to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, this one says symptoms of spirit possession include violent, unusual movements,
hmm.
shrieking,
Oh, sometimes
groaning,
it's sometimes it's fun just to shriek.
yeah, and uttering disconnected or strange speech.
Hmm. Weird.
Uh, okay. Um, Maybe the person's in pain.
Yeah, I hope not.
That
Maybe.
sounds like
Hmm.
oh, okay. This sounds like they read the book that you had.
Yeah.
What is the demon that sits on you?
Oh, that's isn't that when you have sleep paralysis, the
It
sleep paralysis
is,
thing.
yes.
But I don't know what its name is.
The old hag.
The old hag. Okay.
But it's not a demon, it's just your brain.
Yeah. It's your brain's not quite awake and it's not quite asleep.
Yeah.
It's
You're
a scary
still
feeling though.
you're having the visual hallucinations of the dream,
Right.
but your body is not in paralysis mode
Right.
anymore. Like it came out of it prematurely.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. Or maybe that's just what they want us to think.
That's what they want us to think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Well, on the other spectrum of it, if anyone has had any kind of experience in this, or uh, if anyone thinks that they may have been possessed or had a demon haunting, we want to hear about that as well.
Yeah.
The Spooky Sisters 666 at gmail.com. We will await to hear from you.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, yeah, that was them.
them.
Not the demons, just
No, the dogs. The dogs are
yeah.
not demons.
No. They may sound like it, but
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway.
a disguised demon?
Hmm.
Oh, a person or thing that appears to be good, honest, or upstanding, but is inherently nasty, evil, or damaging.
Oh.
Hmm. That makes me think of, how people like, oh, it's a cute little child demon. No, I'm
Yeah.
not child demon, child ghost.
Yeah.
And then it's really not.
Right.
Do you remember that movie, The Gate?
Vaguely. I remember seeing it.
Remember, here's what I remember from that movie.
Mm-hmm.
He goes home and his parents are all weird, and he's like, those aren't my parents. There's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's scary because, your parents we're supposed to be safe.
Yeah.
And once they take your safety away, as a child, then that's horrifying.
Right. And that was definitely a movie kind of from a kid's perspective.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to see that again.
Yeah. It's an old one.
It is old. I think it's from the 80s or maybe even older than that.
80s, early 80s, I think.
Then there was one I wanted to see, but I'm afraid to. And I'm not usually afraid of anything, but I don't like curses. In this movie,
I
it's
think
supposed
I
to be a
know.
curse. Huh?
I think I know the one you're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
Let me look it up here. Maybe our listeners. I mean, I've known people that have seen it and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a horror movie and it looks really good. I want to see it really bad, but I'm afraid of. It's one thing I'm afraid of was curses. I don't want a curse on me. Um, la la la. I'm trying to not make it quiet.
Oh, well, that movie that I can't remember the name of that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, Brian and I considered watching it, and then we were both thinking, well, what if?
Yeah, I know. That's what I am.
Even
Let's
though we
see.
don't believe in that, but it's like it gets in your head.
Oh, Antrum. Antrum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a picture of that demon on the front. It looks so good. I'm
Yeah.
just too chicken. I'm too chicken shit to see it. But for the most part, I mean, those are not really a horror movie that scares me. They're just entertaining to me. But
Some of
I
them
don't
I
mess
think
with
are creepy.
Yeah, some are creepy, but I don't mess with curses. If I think something might curse me, then yeah, no. Did you ever see the movie? Of course, I can't remember the name of it. Where there's a girl that's cursed in the movie from she's rude. She's really rude to a gypsy. Or I don't think that's like a
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That Drag Me to Hell.
drag me to hell, and that curse that she had on her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so scary.
Yeah, but do you remember Skeleton Key?
Yes, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I was so mad at the ending.
Yeah, that was too. I know. It's not what I was expecting at all.
Mm-mm. Yeah, but did you ever see that movie called Darkness?
With
Anna
Kevin
Paquin?
Bacon. Who?
Oh no, it was called let me get it right. It's The Darkness or
Was it
Darkness.
was it with Kevin Bacon?
No, no, no.
Okay. No, I don't think I
Um
saw it. I don't think I saw that one.
um I think it's
Speaking of devils, though, there's a really good movie by M. Night Shyamalan called Devil that takes place in an elevator. It's really good.
no, this one is called Darkness. It's from 2002.
Okay.
It stars Anna Paquin.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
You have to see it. It's creepy.
Okay. I'll put that on my list. I've got a long list of movies that I want to see. The latest one I saw was The Substance with Demi Moore. I liked it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
It was gory. It wasn't really scary though. It had a good message, but it was gory.
No, I heard it was really good.
Yeah, she was excellent, and she's excellent in all her movies.
But yeah, I think that's all we have for today's episode.
Yeah. Okay, it's a short show. It wasn't that short. We went on for about 40 minutes.
Yeah,
It wasn't too bad.
we got chatty.
We did. We turned into Chatty Cathy's, but we tackled a couple of interesting subjects on a wide array of scales there.
Yeah.
But
And of course, as a public service message, you know, if you feel down, you feel lost, seek help.
right. Don't
Talk
jump
to someone.
right.
Get help.
In fact, I think there's hotlines you can call if you're really feeling like you might do something.
Yeah, there are.
I'm gonna look that up. Not that we're gonna go there necessarily,
No.
but I don't
Right.
want you to
No,
think.
but
I don't
just
want you to think that you're. You can actually call or text 988, and someone will chat with you if you're feeling
yeah.
like you might do something. If you're feeling really down and you're extremely depressed. I've been there. I get it.
Yeah. I think
There was a time when I didn't even want to leave my bed. I didn't want to even get out of bed. It's terrible. It just feels like an anxiety, which I struggle with as well. Feels like kind of like a demon of all things is just smothering you, and you're trying to take deep breaths and you can't because you're being smothered. That's the best way I can think of to describe it.
Mm-hmm. Anxiety can come out in different ways too.
Yep.
Ways that you don't even think about that are more subtle.
Right. That's true. Anyway, folks, we hope you enjoyed our show today.
Yeah, and please, if you've had any paranormal experiences, whether it be ghosts, demons, aliens,
right,
spaceships,
like that.
I don't know.
we want to hear all about it.
Yeah.
That is what we love. The Spooky Sisters 666 at gmail.com is where you can find us.
Yeah.
We will read your story on the air, or we'll have you on the show.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next episode.
Yep. Next episode, we'll be here. You'll be here too.
Ciao.
Bye, everybody.